Hello guys, welcome to our channel again. This is our fifth video on HTML series. So in the previous video, we discussed about list and links. So today, I'm going to talk about attributes. What are attributes? We discussed that HTML is a markup language and we have tags, opening tags and ending tags, and sometimes self-ending tags like break tag or horizontal tag we discussed. So what are attributes? Attributes provide additional information about an element or a tag. So in our first video we discussed about these attributes. So today we are going to talk more about these things. Now attributes provide additional information while also modifying them. We used one attribute earlier, but let's look into a new one. Okay, I'm going to take an example. We talk about paragraph tag. This is just opening tags and closing tags, and there is a paragraph. Okay, this is a tag. Now attributes comes after the opening tag. I'm going to give the attribute align and then equals to, let's say, center. Okay, now what will this do? I'm going to save this and I'm going to go to the browser. Now you can see this paragraph in the center of the web page. Now attribute can modify the tag. Okay, now tag is the paragraph. We have the paragraph, it doesn't make any change. But here, when you put a new attribute to align and we give it a value of center. Okay, now this is the format of an attribute. I'm going to write down here as a comment. We talked about comments. It does nothing, just we can put notes in our source code. It doesn't harm to the source code. I'm going to type the format of how we put an attribute. Okay, so usually we open the tag and then we give it tag name. Let's say tag name, and after the tag name we put a little space and then we give attribute name. Then we put equal marks and then inside of apostrophe we give it the value. Okay, and then we close it. We close the opening tag and we give the, let's say, content. Okay, we have the content and then we close the tag. Now this is the format of the attribute, how we put an attribute. We have the first opening tag and then we give it the attribute name after a space and then we give it the value by the equal marks, and just remember to give it apostrophe marks. Okay, now this is the content. This is basically attributes. Okay, now let's talk more about different kind of attributes that we can use in HTML. Okay, now let's see attribute measurements. What are measurements? Now we talked about horizontal line. Okay, now you can see this horizontal line. Now to this horizontal line I'm going to give an attribute called width. Now width is a measurement attribute, alright, and I'm going to give it a value of let's say 50 px. Px means pixel. Now when you're using measurements, there are two ways to give values. One is using pixels, other one is using percentage. Let's see percentage in a second. Alright, in here I'm giving 50 px. Okay, and I'm going to save this and opening the browser. Now if I reload this, you can see this horizontal line became very small. Small of 50 pixel is small. I will give it like, let's say, 500. Right, I'm going to give it 500 px and I'm going to save it and open in the browser and reload. Now you can see it has more width. Alright, and if you need to give it by percentage, I'm going to give it 50% percentage. Now width is 50% and this percentage is based on the size of the page. Okay, now if I'm going to the browser and reload, now you can see it takes 50% of the page. So it's in the center. Alright, now the horizontal line takes from the center. Okay, we talked about align attribute and measurement attributes. Okay, let's combine them together. Now here you can use more than one attribute for a tag. In this HR tag, I'm going to give it another attribute called align. I'm going to align it left. Okay, so this horizontal line has a width of 100%. I'm going to change that to 200 px, and then we have aligned it to the left, and I'm going to save this and go to the browser and reload it. Now you can see the horizontal line in here, 200 px of width, and it's aligned to left side of the browser. Okay, just like that you can use more attributes in a one tag. Okay, there's another attribute I need to talk. It is style attribute. Alright, if I put paragraph and then I'm going to put an attribute called style. What is this style? Now when we are going to cover this a lot when we are doing CSS. For now, style is the attribute we use when we need to color something, when we need to change the size or anything. Now this is basic on CSS. So if you don't understand this syntax yet, it doesn't matter. We will cover this later. But for now, when you are putting style attribute, you can use tags like color. Okay, and then you have to put colon and give what is the color. Let's say red. Okay, and I'm going to close it. I will type a paragraph. Okay, red color paragraph, let's say. Okay, and I'm going to close this paragraph. And if I save this, what will happen? You can see this paragraph is now color of red. Okay, this is actually using CSS. This is CSS syntax using colon. We'll cover this later. But style is another very important attribute. Okay, so that is it for this video. See you in the next one.